In this video, I am going to be telling you what I think is the #1 reason so many piano players miss so many notes. Not only that, but I will also tell you how you can fix it. This technique made a huge difference for me in my playing years ago when I learned it, but not only that, I've also taught tons of beginners, intermediate, and advanced students how to do it, and it always makes a huge difference in their accuracy. The piece I'm going to be using today is Un Sospiro by Liszt, but like I said, you can apply this technique to literally any level of piano playing. Okay, I'm going to start off by playing 2 measures of this with the bad technique. I want you to try to identify what it is. Do you see it? I mean, if you want to try to show off, go down to the comments below and let me know what it is before I reveal the answer to you. Okay, now time for the big reveal. This hugely, wildly important piano technique that I would say most of you watching this video don't do correct, because if you're like an average sample size of average piano players, most of you don't actually have this learned correctly, is you have to move your hands early. If at all possible, you want to get to the note that you're going to play next before it's time to play that note. What I want you to do is I'm going to play the same part again and watch how my hand is just leaping for these notes and then leaping back down and leaping back up like this. And I know the reason many of you do this is you're playing a piece like this and you get to this note right here and you go, okay, next note's A flat. Gotta play this F. Oh, B flat. Oh, A flat. Oh, D flat. And you're just sort of processing it one note at a time. What you have to realize is that if you can, in any way possible, move to a note early and make contact with it or be right there in that vicinity, you got to do that. It will make your accuracy 1,000 times better. Let me show you a quick example. So in Un Sospiro, when your right hand's playing these 3 notes, your left hand's doing nothing, right? Wrong. Your left hand should be doing something. While your right hand's playing these 3 notes, your left hand needs to quickly get to this A flat and just hang out. Now, when it's going fast, you won't have as much time as I just had, but you have to get there, train yourself at a slow tempo to get there quickly. You play that one note. Now, once I play this next right hand note, my left hand get down, back to the F. Once my left hand plays, my right hand waits for this B flat, gets back down to where it's supposed to be. My left hand's waiting, goes back to where it's supposed to go. Right hand's waiting. Left hand moves quickly. Now, I know some of you are thinking it only applies to this piece right here because there's so much hand crossing. It's not. I'm using this piece because it's such a great example and such a great way to practice this technique, but this applies to accuracy all over the place. For example, here's a piece by Brahms. It's so simple, right? I've seen people miss that first note because they do this. The left hand did this, waited, and then went, okay, I got to play the next note now. They had the jump. That's dangerous. I mean, why not just do this? Move. You have plenty of time. Now, you also might be thinking, this is so simple. I'll just, apply that one technique. It does take a good degree of practice to get used to it for most people. Again, I have taught this technique to advanced pianists who've just never really thought about the fact that they have plenty of time to move to get to the next note. And it's always so humbling because in the lesson, they're trying to do it with me and they're just like missing notes all over the place. Because what will happen to you the first time you try to do it, go back to Un Sospiro. You're in such a habit often, if you do this, you're in such a habit of playing a note when you get there. It's hard to move early and wait. You want to do this. And you'll just want to play because your left hand's there. That is really the core bad habit you need to break. You're in this habit of you always are striking from the air. You just land on notes like this and hope you get it. And obviously your accuracy is a lot worse if you only come on and strike notes. That was actually the right technique. If you do this, like that, or it's actually famous, lots of pieces end with some dramatic like, right? And people all the time go, and like, well, how do you ever hit that note? Because you're trying to do this and play out of the air when you can just do this. It's plenty of time, right? You can even see, and I'll do a fake slow motion. You can see me go down here. I move really quickly. Then once I get here, I adjust like 2 times when I just now did that. Twice my 2 finger ended up on G flat instead of G, but I was there early and I just fixed it. So you're going to have to practice it. And before you go today, I'm going to show you a really great practice technique. You need to literally do this and make sure you're practicing it the right way. If you play this, but use your old habits, it's doing you no good at all. This is one of the simplest practice techniques anyone will ever teach you. All I want you to do is do a little C major arpeggio like this. You're going to have C, E, G, C, E, G, C. Just drilling something like this. And there's two things I'm doing. I'm getting my left hand there on the way up. Waiting, 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 play, going back down, and teaches you a lot of patience, especially if you go this slowly. A lot of people will take this technique, you'll play too quickly, you'll think, cool, I got it, and you'll go. And you won't always be accurate. You also have here that accent. I'm getting on that note because I'm jumping to it so fast. You're going to practice it slowly. Take a deep breath. Just practice the moving your hand. Or if you want to do the right hand too, keep going like this. Then as this arpeggio speeds up, while you practice it, get faster and faster, not over like 10 minutes, but over like days or maybe a couple of weeks of doing this. You're going to keep that faster speed, that faster move, incorporate it like this. Some of you learned arpeggios wrong. Some of you learned arpeggios like this. You never knew why they were so hard. That's the reason they were so hard, because you didn't move early. Now, fair warning, there will be times in your piano life that you actually don't have time to get to a note, find it, put your fingers on it, make sure you know you're at, and play that note with good technique. And there will be times in your life where you actually do have to just jump and strike in the air. You won't have any choice. Maybe sometimes you do it on purpose for effect, but I would say 99 or over 99% of the time, you can get to a note early. You can make sure you're in the right place. You can build this habit of moving your hand to new positions quickly so that your accuracy will just greatly, greatly, greatly improve. Now, your final assignment in this video is I want you to take a second and think about a piano player you know who misses a ton of notes. Share this video with them and help spread the love of the channel. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.